Howdy folks, it is episode 15 and we are deep in it. I would like to do a little bit of grinding. Quests are pretty high attention, quite a bit more talking because I want to make sure you all know that I'm reading the quest dialogue and responding to it. I kind of need to chill for a little bit this morning, eat some breakfast, get a little bit of stream work done. So we're going to take a short break from questing here to do some Slayer, I think. I think that sounds fun. I really want to get my attack to 40 and my defense to 40 and get my magic as high as humanly possible. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing Slayer tasks. We had left off on cockatrice, that's right. That's in the cave not far from here, actually, I think. So let me pop by the bank, get all the gear I need to fight them. I think I'm going to be fighting them with magic. I think I have to safe spot them. And hopefully we'll get a lower level task so I can skill up attack. We can still do defense with magic. So I'll fast forward and be back once we get that started. See ya. I forgot to bring an expeditious bracer, but that's okay. We'll do it for the next one. Mostly going for defense here, I think. And obviously magic. I think 61 we get another teleport. I wanted to do some more teleport quests. Yeah, I enjoy questing, it's fun. But it's definitely not as low effort as grinding, where I can like commit to a task for like an hour, So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to structure these episodes. I might include like an hour or two of grinding some skill every session along with all the other quests, so I can sit back occasionally and get some work done. All right. Probably just going to fast forward through all of this cockatrice grinding. I hope you enjoy. If we get any interesting drops or anything, I'll pop in. Getting these Limper roots reminds me that we need to go to Morton. That was it. Morton, and use all those serums. So maybe we'll do that after this grind, and then I'll pick up the new quest. I think the quest is Unforgettable Tale. And then there's another farming quest that requires 25 farming. We'll do those back to back. I think the 25 farming quest is actually a follow-up to Creature of Frankenstrain. Remember the end of that quest guide said that you can empower the Ring of Karos or whatever that you get to make it work on more NPCs. So that might be a good one to have done early. And would justify the focus on farming quests. But back to this. Ooh, nature runes dropping here. That's cool. These guys are a lot less dangerous than I thought they were. I might come back here with my melee gear. If my inventory fills up and I need to go bank stuff, drop in Limper roots. Let's see. Hey, Terramin. Now I can use this. I think I'm going to pop out to grab the my melee kit after I get down to 50 remaining cockatrices. I like magic and I'm getting decent defense XP from fighting this way, but I prefer to train attack right now. Also, it'd be good to conserve runes for if I do a quest or a Slayer task later that absolutely requires safe spotting, which this one doesn't. I was saying that this was totally safe. Sitting over here, Googling what the cockatrice drop table's like, and I got down to 7 hit points. Okay, well, maybe it's not as safe as I thought. Maybe I just got really lucky with the enemies splashing on me a little bit ago. Still gonna try it with melee. Deposit these Limpworm roots. That was almost really bad. Oh, God. Heart's pounding. Jeez. Okay. I think I have a way to get back here without too much trouble. Yikes, though. Attack 35. I wonder if I can use bones to peaches in order to have effectively more resources in here. Because I don't want to fill up my inventory with cakes. Kind of just want to have some sustain. I might look into Once I run out of cakes, I might look into grabbing some more of those runes and giving that a try. That might work. Oh, I must have completely missed the fanfare for Attack 35. Attack 35! That's a big threshold. It's like, well, no, I feel like I should be leveling up attack soon. Like, oh, that already happened. Whoop. Ooh, it looks like Bones to Peaches requires a quest to be completed, or a minigame to be completed in order to cast it. It's a bummer. Ooh, iron boots. I've never found these before, I don't think. Magic and range attack down. Yeah, I'll use these here. That's cool. Really worth a good amount of money on the Grand Exchange, too. I'm gonna pop back home. I think I still want to continue leveling melee, although it looks like I use about 4 cakes for every 12 cockatrices. So I think I need to bring 12 cakes with me. Okay. I'm going to bring 12 cakes, and I'm going to top off my health, and I'm going to see if I can equip some gloves to help a little bit with my defense. Maybe survive a little bit longer. Oh, and I'm going to bring the expeditious bracers, that's right. That way we can do this a little bit faster. Attack 36. The goal is to get attack 40, and then I think defense 40. Maybe not all in this session, but that's kind of like what we'll be doing with Slayer whenever we take a break from questing. We'll see what we get as our next Slayer task, and then I'll decide whether we do that or continue questing after these cockatrices. Crazy, I was reading the cockatrice drop table, and I'm like, I wonder how often you get those iron boots, since they sell for so much. Apparently, this is like one of the only enemies in the game that even drops them, and it's like the only way to get them. They cannot be smithed. That's crazy. Expensive seeds, sweet. So that's lucky, I'm glad to have gotten them. It makes it worth it doing the Slayer task. Attack 37, 3 to go. This might not be the best enemy to train attack on just because I'm not hitting them very often. So it might speed up a little bit if we get to an easier enemy. So I'm doing a teleport back, and I noticed that the cockatrice is weak against crush damage, which my weapon is not, so I think I'm going to go try to pick up something that will let me do extra damage against crush, which I think I have access to because I finished the Frenetic Trials earlier, so I'm going to grab some money to do that. Granted, we only have 6 left to kill, but it would be good to have multiple damage types for training melee. Oh, what are these helmets? Archer helm, 78,000 coins. Warrior helm, Farseer helm. He just straight up sells those. That's cool, I might want to check those out later. Actually, I'll start Googling them when we go back to fight these cockatrices. There's a fairy ring right outside this Slayer dungeon. Whoops. Let me see if I can figure out what the code is for it. One sec. Dismiss that. Minigame Slayer dungeon. I'm also checking to see if Warhammers are even any good. If there's a better source of crush damage like maces, but I could try to get one of those. AJR. Relica Slayer Cave. Okay, let's add that to the list, shall we? Very good. It looks like maces are slightly preferred because of the slow attack speed on hammers, which I'm seeing now. Oh yeah, gear. Oh hey, it's the dwarf minigame again. I've got this one lots of times for some reason. Alright, well it looks like I might be able to buy a mace and Falador, so maybe I'll do that next time I go up against something that's weak against Crush. This should do for now though. Hey, Slayer task complete. Fantastic. Okay, so we gotta head back to Edgeville to get a new task. Let's do that. Let me actually pop into Falador real quick. No, I don't have the runes for it. I'll do it later. I was gonna get a adding mace, since I guess maces are better than warhammers. This is how we learn. This is how we learn. "115 Ice Warriors." What is an Ice Warrior? Ice Warrior. Formidable foes at low levels. Combat 57, okay. I assume we're using magic. We can get fire spells. Oh, dope. And crush weapons. Alright, so I think that's that ice dungeon where we got the bluish orb before, right? So we want to go back there. I think we have a barrier ring teleport to it. I need to stop by the bank anyway to exchange some stuff. I assume this is faster than walking out of the dungeon. Maybe it's 6 of 1. Anyway, we're going to pop by the bank. We're going to get our Chaos Runes back out. Magic set back out. Warp to this place via Fairy Rune, and then have a blast. Looking forward to this because this isn't a train of defense, and I'm actually more excited or concerned about getting defense to 40 than I am attack. Getting all combat stats to 40 would be good. I should look into how possible it is for me to focus train prayer. Just, 4 XP per bone is quite cutting it. Oh, easy safe spot right there. Let's do that. Oh, I finally remembered to Google those helmets that were being sold in Relica. They look like they're really good and worth earning the money for, but they require 45 defense to equip. So it might be good to try to work on 45 defense. I think the best way to do that right now is through magic. Get the biggest hits. Hit points 49, one more till 50, and I don't think any... I think there's only one quest in the game that requires a hit points level, and it's 50, I want to say. Ooh, nature runes. Swamp grass seed, very cool. I wonder why that was worth 2,000 and every other seed is garbage. Maybe it's it doesn't drop from pickpocketing farmers, maybe? My best guess. My bracelet crumbled to dust. Hey, Chaos Runes. Got another one here. Forgot to turn it on when we got in here. Slayer 41. I don't have any particular goals with Slayer, I'm just leveling it up as a way to focus on other skills like magic, defense, attack, strength, hit points. We need it for quest requirements, so it doesn't hurt. I think there might be a couple of levels, like 42 Slayer, we can equip some gloves that I already bought from a Slayer Master, so that'd be nice. Hey, the real reason we're doing Slayer is for that goddamn rune pouch, but that's forever from now. We probably need to get to combat 70 to be able to get a Slayer Master that gives us better XP anyway. Magic 61. So magic is like, if I'm going to take one skill to 99 or close to it, I think it's going to be magic. Agility seems like getting a 70. It's great to stop. Basically no reason to push past 70, but magic continues to get cool spells all the way to the very end. I think 90 magic, at least, is what I'm going to want to go for, as brutal and slow as that's going to be. I guess you do a lot of varied content leveling combat skills like magic. Let me see, for the achievement diary, what's the max magic skill we need? Jesus Christ. 94 magic. No, 96. Oh god. Well, achievement diary is not the main focus of this full playthrough. We'll see once we get the Questscape if I want to keep going. And doing the achievement diary sounds super fun to me because it's giving you props for doing basically everything in the game. Not just leveling up the skills and not just doing all the quests, but like making all the different items, checking out all the different agility shortcuts, that sort of a thing. But whether we do it or not, I think that in the 90s of magic is going to be a good long-term goal. $38 defense, 2 more. Trying to decide, I might just try to like knock out 40 defense or as close as I can before I do much else. I like having a high defense stat because it's going to help us with like every quest that we do. Even just running around and getting attacked by random enemies that I'm intending to avoid, having higher defense would be helpful on. But it's getting to the point where it's pretty slow even with all the damage from magic, so we'll have to think about it. Also going to look into like what sorts of armor upgrades I unlock at 40 defense. I think we have quite a bit of new things. I've been using the level 1 like top, bottom, and hat on mage for a really long time. I could probably increase my XP rates. Especially get more defense XP per rune if I'm hitting more often. So I'm going to start researching that. I guess big magic level threshold that we're excited for is 66 magic, because that gets us into the Wizards Guild, which I think has a lot of cool stuff now. It's got shops for gear that I don't have access to yet. So that's one thing we're pumped for. Looking at what else is coming up too. Corrin Castle teleport would be nice in 69. Ooh. Grimy Ranar Weed, 7.7k. Cool. Also, don't let these things hit me, because they got me down to half health. I was like, I can just kill one by face tanking it, instead of running to a safe spot. Incorrect. So while we sit here and grind Slayer, I'm obviously thinking about old school RuneScape and my plans and what I want to do and whether my current strategies make sense. And I think I'm going to have to research this, but... Well, no, I don't have to research this. I think this is just a fact. I think it's kind of incorrect to train defense with magic. My reasoning for thinking that is that defense, attack, and strength can all basically be trained for free. There's no resource cost associated with a skill tick. But there definitely is with magic. I have to consume expensive runes for every single cast. And if I really want to get magic to like 90 or higher eventually, I think I need every XP point per rune dollar that I can get. The reason I've been doing it now is just because my magic does so much more damage that it trains the defense faster than if I was trying to dedicate train defense through melee. So, in the interest of conserving runes, well, I think I've also been doing it split right now because I'd like to get my base defense to a reasonable level, like 40, and I think the fastest way to do that is to do it with magic. But starting at defense 39, which we're going to hit pretty soon, I'm not going to train defense through magic anymore. I'm hoping we're going to get some Slayer tasks soon that roll a lower level enemy that I can safely kill with a melee weapon. So I'll roll in there and try to use skill defense that way. I've got a lot of quests that I want to do right now, and I haven't chosen which one to do. I had mentioned doing the cooking or farming requirement quests to get farming up to 30, so that's still on the plate. Looking for stuff related to Herblore, looking for stuff related to rune crafting. I might take a break from those quests related to those three skills, farming, rune crafting, and Herblore, and start trying to focus on stuff that I know gives me an immediate beneficial reward, like the Fairy Ring quest. So, quests I can think of in that space include any of the quests that unlock teleport spells that I've already gotten a level for, so mostly Watchtower, Trollheim, and Ordonia. I would very much like to unlock halberds. The benefit of safe spot training is great. Like, I can get way more work done if I don't have to monitor my health. Whoa, that was 2k GP, not 20k. I was more excited than I should have been. Yeah, if I can get halberds, then I could do Slayer more cheaply, and I could get my melee up, and particularly get my defense up. I think I want my defense to be like at least 50, if not higher, just to help with every other task that we're working on. Like, it's been kind of fun to low-level some of these quests that we've picked up that have difficult boss fights, like the Hermetic Trials boss we had to do some shenanigans with to win. Flinching the Fairy Tale 1 boss was kind of cool. But I'd like to reduce some of the risk associated with those tasks if we can. In any case, after these Ice Warriors are done, we'll see what the next task is, and then I'll make a decision on what we're doing next. I don't mind if we have a full episode that's pretty much just grinding. But I might want to take an approach like we were talking about with agility earlier, of dividing episodes between bursts of grinding and bursts of running quests. Like I said, the quests are super fun, but after having just done, like, I don't know, 10-ish hours of nothing but quests back to back, you can get tired pretty quickly because you have to be paying attention more often. Whereas here, I'm sitting here just nuking these 115 Ice Warriors for an hour. Kind of shut my brain off a bit. So, I'll continue to share my stream of consciousness when it comes to planning. Obviously, whatever I say out loud is likely not what we're going to end up doing. But I'll be choosing from those options once I come up with something to do here. I think one quest per 8-hour session probably isn't enough, given how many quests are in the game. But we could probably do, like, 2 or 3 quests, or devote a certain amount of time in each 8-hour block to questing. We are getting to a point now where we have to be careful grinding some of our lower level skills that are closer to level 30, because we're likely to get a lot of XP from questing, and that XP becomes less valuable the higher level the skills are. And that's been true for all those skills from the beginning. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, you should you should do the quests as early as possible so you can skip tons of levels, because if you skip tons of levels, you get more XP per hour on those skills at higher levels. But we avoided that on purpose, so as not to skip the early experience of any of the skills, other than farming, which I still haven't farmed. But now that Quest XP gives us like 1 or 2 levels in general, I think I'd want to get that XP from quests rather than from grinding. I think Agility, Magic, and Slayer are probably already out of the realm where Quest XP is going to get us at least one level guaranteed every time, so I don't mind continuing to grind those ones, but we'll see about the rest of the list. Defense 39, and after that I'm going to swap off of Defense when Magic's skilling up. I might switch to Defense Attack as soon as we do a melee Slayer task, just so we can finish getting 40, because I think that opens up a lot of other options. God, I'm out of air runes. Alright, I'll use the air staff. I hope we have enough runes to finish up here. I'm actually not sure. Ooh, Mithril Mace. That's cool. I'm not gonna high alch it. I only need 2 more Ice Warriors, but I only have 42 Chaos Runes left. It was perfectly calculated, or just short of being calculated, so hopefully I can finish the task before running out of those runes. I don't want to come back here.
A random event, but I have to finish killing this enemy. I think this is the Molly quest, though, which doesn't really give me a reward that I care about. What just leveled up? Oh, maybe it was a Slayer task. No thanks. Oh, I am done, okay. Because the bracelet procced. Perfect. Turn to a Slayer Master. Can do. Hill Giants. That's a classic task. What level are they, though? Hill Giants. 28. Yeah, we could do that with melee all day. That's very exciting. I think I have the brass key, too, to get in there. I'm gonna keep grinding Slayer for a bit, just to get my combat stats up. I'm gonna see if I can get defense to 40, hit points to 50, attack to 40. I'm attack 40, strength 40, defense 40, magic 40 plus, hit points 50. I think I can probably get back into skills. So I'm gonna pop back home really quick. Well, no, I think it's actually smarter to do this. Leave the dungeon, stop at the Edgel Bank, and then go in the alternate entrance. Or melee kit. Oops. I'm gonna have to remember to replace my air runes, too. I'm gonna have a bad time later. I'm actually gonna pop to Al-Kharid really quick and grab the adamant skirt. Or plate legs, as we'll decide when we get there. Then we'll come back. Slayer 42. I can wear the Slayer gloves now, which I think I want, actually. Might pop out to grab them real quick. A little bit more defense would help me not have to use food down here. Unfortunately, it's a short run because I have the brass key. Cool. So I think we want to hold on to these ensouled heads. I was reading that we can train prayer that way. I've been really worried about prayer. Like, I feel like we need to get it up there. I know it plays a really important role in your combat level calculation, but bones are just miserable to level with. I guess we have some other options, like we can take the bones to an altar, but that would require, saving them in the inventory to bank them for later. So I need to figure out what we're doing with prayer. Prayer might have to be quests primarily. Actually, I should see if I can even do the ensouled heads thing now. I don't think I can. I think I need to do more stuff in Great Corrend. I think there's like a super rare chance for some Slayer monsters to drop something that can give you a shitload of prayer if you choose not to put it in your house. Cockatrice and the crawlers had a chance to drop that. Attack 38. 2 to go, then we'll hit defense 40. I'm doing attack before I do defense because like an extra point of defense isn't going to help me too much against these hill giants, but more attack will. So I think I'm going to start trying to bank my big bones. Maybe not regular bones. But whenever I'm in a Slayer farm that's not too far from a bank, probably makes sense to bank them. So we can do the altar thing. I have to figure out exactly how that works, if there's like a specific altar I need to take them to. I know you can probably build one in your house. But since I just said that, I'll go ahead and tap it. Here comes 32 prayer. Prayer. I think I need these prayers, the protect from magic, missiles, and melee. It seems like a lot of the quests we've been researching before we started them, it's like it would help a lot if you had those. So that means we need to get to 43 prayer. So I was being quiet earlier. I was trying to AFK in here because it worked when I first got here. Thought I was able to just turn on auto retaliate. But even though I'm not level 56 yet, I'm guessing the level of the giants is technically, it's not exactly 28, it's probably like a 27 decimal, because after I got an attack level, it went from like, I don't know, 55.50 to 55.58 combat level. They stopped aggroing me. I thought it was interesting. Alright, another Ranar weed. 7.7k GP. I wish I could sell it, but if it sells for that much, it's probably worth it to get your Herblore high enough. Apparently the reason Ranar weeds are so expensive is because you use them to make prayer potions. I thought maybe it was because it gave you something that was particularly efficient for skilling, but that does not appear to be the case. So prayer potions are really important in the endgame. I had to step away again, thinking I was right about this aggro thing, and I guess it was not true. I'm puzzled then. I don't know why it seemed like they stopped aggroing me. Maybe I was just standing in a space where they couldn't get line of sight to me or something. Yeah, it looks like you, with audio retaliate and melee, you can kind of just like get up and walk away for a bit if your defense is high enough that you're not worried about dying. Attack 40. I've been waiting for this for a while. It's very exciting. I think that unlocks new gear too. To kill this thing to be able to read the attack guide. Hold on. These enemies do not want to let me take a break to read the skill guide. Okay, attack 40 unlocks rune weapons. That's cool. I should see if any merchants sell those off the bat. That could be a pretty big upgrade. Bride Saber, Evandus Flail requires a taste of hope. Mystic Staves. Okay, I don't know what Mystic Staves are. I'll look into that while I head to the bank here. I think a shop in the Dwarf City sells it, so we'll pop over there really quick before we go back into the dungeon. I only got 14 hill giants left, but damage is damage, right? $41,600 coins. Okay.
I can make part of that work. It'll just take me a sec. Alright, Rune Longsword get. Still want to switch that to a Scimitar. I think we discussed during the live stream that the Scimitar is like the best DPS in terms of attack speed and damage dealt, but this is still better than my Mithril Scimitar and better than the Adamant Longsword, so it's going to be fun. Let's go back and finish up these 14 hill giants, and I might take a break for a bit. So I got to do my serums, so might make a Morton trip when we come back. See how high we can push Herblore to with that. Almost forgot my brass key. I feel like I'm forgetting something. And the Slayer gloves. To remember what I keep near that's important. That's it. Hit points. Had to go AFK there. Thought I'd give it a shot. Missed the 50 hit points level up, but we got it. That's extremely exciting. First of all, I like the aesthetics of having 50 hit points or greater. Second of all, it's the max requirement for questing, so it's pretty cool. Rune Longsword is paying the bills. Pretty big difference. Glad we did 40 attack when we did. I don't think I get regular craftable upgrades from skilling attack for... Yeah, I don't think I get them anymore. I think the rest of them are all like based on quests and that sort of a thing. Let's see, we're a little bit past the halfway point for this video in terms of hours. It's just been Slayer and attack skill training, which I think is fine, but setting a stopping point and then doing a couple quests before we wrap this session. I think 40 defense is definitely one of the stopping points. Part of that depends on what Slayer task we get after Hill Giants here, because 5 Hill Giants ain't gonna cut it. Yeah, I think it's 40 defense. I'll keep doing Slayer tasks until I get one where I can reasonably skill defense with melee. As for what quests we're doing after that, before we do quests, I'm going to try to just do as much Herblore as I can with the stuff that we've collected so far. It probably got fast-forwarded through, but when I popped by the Grand Exchange earlier, somebody had dropped a bunch of grimy Terramin on the ground, which I snatched up and cleaned. So I do want to make a Morton trip and just use all of these, every single one of these serums. I'm not sure if it makes sense to do the temple building minigame. To turn the serum 207s into 208s. It might be. I mean, I bet I could do that to finish getting defense 40. Bring some food with me. Get my sanctity increase from killing shades instead of from building the walls. That's a good plan. I'm doing 2 things at once, which is what I've been trying to do all along. So that's the plan then. We're going to go to go finish these 4 hill giants. And then I'm going to skill up Herblore as much as I can with the stuff that I got banked. And then we're going to go to Morton and use our serums. Actually, we're going to do the minigame, so I'm going to jump to the world that does the minigame. We're going to do the minigame to finish skilling up to 40 defense and to turn as many of our serum 207s into serum 208s as possible. Then we're going to heal a bunch of villagers, see how much Terramin that returns to us. Repeat the process until we're out. And then we'll look at the clock and I'll find a quest to do. There's a ton of quests right now that I'm interested in. So it probably won't be until I leave to do the quest that I decide which one it's going to be. I'm exceedingly interested in halberds, actually.
And I think I meet all of the prerequisites to be able to do the quest chain that gets us halberds. Like being able to skill, what, 3 skills, 4 skills, I guess, for free. Because that's the thing, is that, like, sure, I can skill hit points and I can skill defense with magic, but I'm burning runes for it every attack tick. That seems extremely valuable and something that I want to prioritize, so we might put farming, Herblore, and runecraft quests on hold until that's done. Ooh, giant key. Never seen this before. A rare drop? Used to access the Hill Titan's lair. I'll look that up real quick as I kill my last 3 hill giants. Oh, it's quite a boss, I guess. It's kind of cool. Like a door in here that takes you to a special boss. Yeah, well, I'll deposit it. I don't think we're strong enough to fight the boss right now, but... Alright, let's find out what the new Slayer task is, since we're down here. Maybe it'll be a low-level enemy that I can keep meleeing on, but I'm assuming it's not going to be, and that's what we'll go do, the temple building minigame. Finish off 40 defense. Really want to make an amulet for melee. I should Google that and see how much crafting I need for it. Posted amulets. There's got to be a comparable one to the magic amulet, right? An enchanted ruby amulet. 50 crafting, you can make a ruby amulet. I'm at 41 crafting. I don't know if I want to go that far afield. Lizards. That seems like a low-level enemy. Oh. Huh. It's a Slayer monster. That's news to me. I need some equipment. You need ice coolers to defeat them. That's crazy. Kinda cool, though. Ice cooler. How much is one ice cooler? 1 coin. Buy 91, because that's my task. Thanks, game. Fairy ring code. I don't have my staff with me now. That's okay. They're like little... Combat 42. That might be too high, but I'll give it a shot. Why not? Bring some extra food with me, I guess. We'll see. If I fight them for a little bit and I end up needing to use too much food for it to be effective, then I'll bail and I'll go do the temple game and the serum thing I was talking about. God damn it, I wasn't facing north when I left. I really just gotta learn. I need to go in the direction of the super colorful tent. I'm going to the Grand Exchange /Bank /Edgeville. Go opposite that if I want to go east. Oh wow, you need water skins to survive in the desert. I kept seeing those drop in things about desert clothing, but I didn't really know what any of that meant. I guess I only saved a few of those from when we were doing the Slayer task out there last time. See how this plays out. Also, it looks like I should have bought more ice coolers. But that's okay, I'll try to deal with it. I can always work back to Edgeville from this fairy ring that we're headed to right now. Oh no, let's see how this goes. Oh, wow, is this the edge of the map? Huh, that's cool. Okay, so I can't, like, kill them by mistake. That's good to know. Oh, and you got a drink of water. Gotcha. Like, they will just sit at 0 hit points without dying until I use the ice cooler on them. I understand. Okay, it looks like there are weaker lizards out here, so if I can't get to 40 defense... I'm not going to finish the lizard task, I'm just going to get to 40 defense. But, if for whatever reason I run out of resources before hitting it, I'll just kill the baby lizards. They're basically free.
Random event. Probably just gonna throw me some gold, right? Gold ring. Well, worst thing you could give me. That's fair. Feathers, bronze bars, desert boots, knife, water. Buy more skin. 30 coins? Screw that. I was kind of hoping there would just be a quick oasis. I wanted a much bigger, like, sidetrack than I intended to there. Now I know for the future. We're close to getting to the right level of defense anyway. There it is, defense 40. Finish off this lizard and then let's go to Morton. It's pretty cool to have combat 40. Oh, it looks so nice. So very nice. It's gonna get ranged up soon. Maybe I can do that against these swamp lizards. I can probably safe spot them on these, well, maybe on the regular cactuses. Bet that works. Alright, and let's look at the skill guide for defense. I think it's rune gear, right? Rune, yeah. And there's a thing I can do with the Fermentic Trials, rock shell armor. I don't know that I'm prepared to unlock it though. Rock shell armor. Rock shell chunk. Found in the Waterbirth Island dungeon. Crabs. Giant rock crabs. Treat and they become critically wounded. They're combat level 137 though, so maybe let's not search for how to get the rock shell armor. Instead, let me see what sorts of rune equipment are sold in shops. Kind of work toward it. Okay, looks like the only piece I can get is the rune chain body. Yeah. And the rune plate legs, which I think combined is like 107,000 gold. So I'm going to see what I can scrounge up for my current income. I think I want to do that before I go do any mini-games or do anything that involves me getting hit while wearing heavy armor, right? And I'm walking south again, goddamn. Doing some high alk cheese. I think we talked about in an earlier video that if it's an item that I've discovered that I know has a margin, then I'm okay with doing it. Like if it's something that's dropped for me. Because it's just extracting value, coins from the market. But I think I actually lost some money on that because I lost some money to nature runes. So I just got like 500 magic XP or something. Alright, I gotta find something else to sell here. Let's look at it. It's hard because like I don't want to sell anything because what if I need it for skilling later, right? My profit margins on frog legs are getting pretty weak right now, so I'm going to lay off that market for a bit, let it cool down, stop driving the price of swamp toads to meet the price of frog legs. But I do have enough money now to get the thing that I want. I'm going to go to Sedu's Adventure Store, which is in Narda. Which is, where the hell is Narda? That may have been where we just were, actually. Mostly harmless, not harmony. Ruins of Oozer. Clan Wars. Dude Arena, Mage Training Arena. I actually read a thing about the Mage Training Arena. I was trying to find a place to look for gear. It seems like it takes a really long time and a lot of grinding to get gear out of it. Oh, and also I wanted Bones to Peaches, which requires a quest to be completed, and it seems like it's going to take forever to do that. But it's probably worth doing eventually. Like if we're doing a dungeon and I run out of food, I can use Bones to Peaches to save my bacon. That would be nice. Or I could just stop bringing food and rely on Peaches for enemies that drop bones. Could be pretty nice. Alright. DLQ. Getting a little bit of rune armor. Then we're going to go to Morton. Actually, before we go to Morton, I'm going to mess around with Herblore with the herbs we've collected. Since we skipped some Herblore levels, there might be a few more potions that I can make that I don't know about, so I'll look into that too. Make everything we can, and then we'll take a full inventory of serums. Oops, I skipped the fairy ring. Take a full inventory of serums and hop on over. Oh shit, I didn't bring proper stuff for teleporting, did you? That's okay, I'm gonna stop at the bank in Zenaris, I guess. I think it's too far of a walk from the fairy ring. It could be worse. Northwest. Yeah, it could be worse. 9,000 gold worth of chocolate bars sitting on the floor. Like a place to rob there, I guess. Need that staff. And I guess if I want to craft this rune gear, I need to have like 99 smithing or something stupid. I feel like they should probably balance that, change that, think about that. Heard that that's a RuneScape 3 thing, that's why people would complain about it, but it feels kind of bad that, you know, level 40 gear. Due south. Feels bad that level 40 gear requires level 99 smithing, and then smithing is kind of pointless after that. Other than to serve as a quest prerequisite, it seems like. I was just talking on mute for a long time. Probably got fast forwarded. Didn't say anything interesting other than, hey, rune gear, pretty good. I like that rune gear. It's got high stats. It'd probably make it easier for us to level up melee. We're going to fast forward here as I do some boring Herblore stuff. I'll pop in to celebrate if we get any skill ups, but see you in a bit. Herblore 22. 30 is the target. Not actually too much else I could do. I could have done something if I hadn't. I just wasted a bunch of Marintel on crafting something else. I could have made the Guthix Rest Tea. Oh wait, no. Never mind. We learned that in a quest, so we wouldn't be able to make that yet. Alright, well, let's take our big ol' stack of Serum 207. And I'll bring one of the 208s. And let's see. I want to do the Temple minigame to bless as many of these as possible. So I want to have my melee gear. I'm actually going to go ahead and deposit all of my Graceful gear, I think. My melee gear. And what else do I want? Some food. I need some runes to teleport around. I need the Drummond staff to get there. And then I think I'm good with what I have other than that. Ooh, maybe. Alright, let me check the... I forget what world Shades of Morton is. $377. I'm trying to remember that. Got everything we want to bring. I don't have any gloves that I would want, do I? Oh, Slayer gloves. Yeah, I need to move those so that I remember to get them. Let's go ahead and move you in here since you're part of the main gear focus. Make sure there's nothing else sitting around in key items that I kind of want. I have one of, the Witchwood icon gives me +1 prayer, but I'm not really using prayer right now, so not a super big deal. Okie dokie, let's go. Character's kind of a fashion mess at the moment. Got a mix of mithril, adamant, and rune.
60 agility, paying off. I fucking love it. Yeah, I was sitting here AFK for a sec at a emergency with Cameron. I'm gonna take a short break here and we'll come back and do this minigame. See ya! Hey there, I'm back. I'm running the wash in the background. You might hear a little bit of washing machine / Sesame Street sound. They're just wrapping up what I was going to do here with my serums and this quest, so I'll probably be muted on most of it anyway. If anything interesting happens, I'll pop in. See ya. Just gives me 4 Terramins. Alright, we're probably going to end up needing a way to bank stuff like that, right? Strength 41. Cool. God, I didn't realize you needed Sanctity 20% for every single serum. That's not gonna work. Maybe if I did it the other way by using crafting to boost the walls, but I'll see what I'll just turn in the ones. Herblore 23. Just hit crafting 42 a second ago, having to run the wash. 3-year-old I'm babysitting had a potty emergency, so I'm running the washing machine. And it's way too loud for it to be on when I'm not muted. But yeah, crafting 42, which I wasn't expecting. I guess the XP here is not terrible given that it's basically free compared to whatever else I want to do to level crafting. Mostly just trying to sanctify all of my potions, because that way I get more Terramin. If you're wondering why this is happening. I want to try to get as much bang for my buck out of each of these potions as humanly possible. A total of 53% more Sanctity to finish blessing the last 3 potions. Yeah, the fact that you can get it like 4 or 5 Terramin, I think makes this kind of worth it. Alright, we got the last serum, so now it's going to be a bunch of really boring runs back and forth from this town to the bank. Since I haven't done the quest to unlock Bird Rot, I might do that next time. Herblore 24, 1 more to 25. Tiny 9%, no, so close. Herblore 25, and I think I'm going to say that's enough Herblore for now. I think I could keep doing this indefinitely, making Terramin runs. I almost always get back at least as many, if not more, Terramin than I started with, but I feel like the XP rate's going to get slow pretty soon. I'm just hoping it can hold me over until 30. I'll probably come back once I've been able to do the Bird Rot quest. Maybe I can work on that now, so I can get a bank without having to warp all the way back and take this long-ass run. So I'll check into that shortly. Okay, it looks like the Bird Rot quest has a prerequisite and might take a while, so I'm gonna pause the recording here, and I'd like to take a break anyway, but while I'm on my break, I'll see if I can find a good quest for us to do here in the last hour to cap things off. See ya. Howdy folks, I think we got a plan. Plague City is a quest that's fairly short. We should be able to beat it in the hour and change we have remaining here.
And it also leads to finishing up that halberd unlocking quest series, which I really like to do in case we want to train melee some more in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and do Plague City. Also, really the reason I found Plague City wasn't for the halberd quest chain, but because it unlocks the, I still don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, the Ardonia teleport, which is the one region of the world that I kind of struggle to get to right now. So I was like, let me see what quests I have to do to unlock that, and I was like, oh hey, it also happens to be short. It also happens to be the first quest in the chain for halberd, so gotta head over that way. I'm looking at the required items that I can't gather along the way, so I'm gonna grab those really quick, and we'll be back once I start doing stuff. There are some berries that I need to pick on the way down, it looks like, in Gruber Wood that we visited earlier. So I'm going to pop in there real quick before we head the rest of the way. And then I'll Google how to pronounce Ardonia. Google says it's pronounced Ardoyan. Ardoyan. I need to come up with a mnemonic for that or I will never remember. I'll think about it. Strong believer of the idea that the dumber a mnemonic is, the easier it is to remember. So, ahoy, Jim. We're in Ardoyan. 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 Ahoy, Jim. We're in Ardoyan. I'll probably still call it Ardone sometimes. I struggle with Rama. Final Fantasy, I guess it's supposed to be pronounced Ramu. I always said Rama as a kid. I have to like mentally correct every time. Just got 4 buckets of water for the quest, because we need that. Also, we need milk from a dairy cow, which I think it says is back in here, maybe? These all just look like attackable cows. Oh, there's a dairy cow. Okay. Gotta buy some chocolate dust over here, which I might buy some extra because I think I need that for a Herblore potion with some of the... Yeah. So I'm gonna buy all this dude's chocolate bars. And then I'm gonna pop in the bank really quick and I'm gonna look up what the Herblore recipe is that uses it. Energy potions. Because I've had a herb for a while that I haven't been able to use because I'm like, I don't know where to get chocolate dust, and I didn't want to look it up at the time. So let me see if I can find what that is here. Oh, it's level 26 Herblore. No! I'm 25. Okay. Restores 10% run energy. Herlander. Alright, let me figure out how many Herlanders I have. I'm sitting on 13. So I'm going to want 13 dust that I'll just deposit. Probably going to require some world hopping in order to get all the chocolate bars. So we'll do that really quick. After I finish Plague City, if we've got time remaining on the clock, I might go ahead and do a little bit more Serum 208 cashing in. Just to see if we can nudge our way up to level 26 Herblore. How close are we? So I have to actually make something to see this helpful bar, don't I? Okay, well, I need a knife, I think, in order to make chocolate dust. Okay. I'll go ahead and world hop, get some more, and then I might just try to get a ton of it in case I get more Herlander in the future. It's a high level potion, it might be good for XP. And then we'll be back with actually continuing the quest. Because I think now that I have that chocolate dust, I have everything we need for the quest itself. Alright, I got 22 chocolate dust banked. That's a little less than double the number of Herlanders we have, so it should last us. And I have all the items that we need, so I'm going to go find the person that we're talking to here. I guess they're called Edmund. And they're somewhere in the northwest corner of East Ardoyan. Ahoy, Jim. They're like that quest icon. So, walking that way. Actually, I'm going to take this poll really quick. I feel like I should start participating in that. Okay, well, I don't play Last Man Standing. Oh, it already is done. Close on Wednesday, August 21st. That's today. All right, well, I will try to participate in the next poll. Oh man, chance to use an agility shortcut. Way to go. 68 agility. Some people's kids. Hello, old man. Sorry, I can't stop to talk. What's wrong? Gotta find my daughter. I pray she's still alive. What happened to her? Elaine is a healer. 3 weeks ago, she managed to cross the wall into West Ordoyan. No one's allowed to cross the wall in case they spread the plague. I've been wondering why the west side was so screwed up. Plague? West Ordoyan was hit by a deadly plague. They had the wall built to try and keep it contained. No one's allowed to enter the city now, apart from the mourners. They say the plague is a horrible way to go. That's why Elena felt she had to go help. She said she'd be gone for a few days, but we've heard nothing since. Maybe I could help find her? Really, would you? Working on a plan to get into West Ordoyan, but I'm too old and tired to carry it through. You should have no problem. Yeah. Where should I start? If you're going to West Ordoyan, you'll need protection from the plague. My wife made a special gas mask for Elena with dwellberries rubbed into it. To help repel the plague. That's cool. There's a back way in. Thanks. Yep, I've got some here. My wife, she's inside. It's cool that they point you straight to MacGruber's Wood on this one. We could figure this one out so far without the guide. When making your special mask, I need some dwellberries. Here you go. Well, in West Ordoyan, you must wear this at all times or you could catch the plague. I think I walked through there earlier, in like the first session. Make a spare mask for you in case you lose that one. I'll hide it in the cupboard in case the mourners come looking. Okay, let's mark that blue as a tool or quest-related object. Cool. Alright, now let's talk to... Oh, hey. Random event. If I can find them. Rick Turpentine. It's number 7 or something. Give me an emerald. Okay. Edmund. Got the gas mask now. Good stuff. Now for the digging. Beneath us are the Ordoyan sewers. I reckon you can use them to access West Ordoyan. Need to pour on several buckets of water to soften it up. I reckon 4 buckets should do it. Interesting. I want to make sure I use them in the right spot, so hold on. Mud patch behind his house. Not the clothes, right? Between the cabbages and potatoes. Make like a little tunnel, basically. Soil softens slightly. That's cool. Now soft enough to dig into. It crumbles away, you fall through into the sewers. Oh, cool. This is awesome. Stuff like this, like these kinds of tasks as ways to get to new areas are completely radical. I think it's the pipe to the south that comes up in West Ordoyan. Alright, I'll check it out. Game is so good. It's a grill blocking your way. I'll have grills. Let me look at the guide. Use the rope on the... Okay. That's cool. Open? Oh, it might be an OpenGL issue. Hold on. There we go. Open grill. Can't pull it off alone. Tie the end of the rope to the sewer pipe's grill. Probably need to get him now. That's pretty great. Let's get to it. Ooh, cutscene. Nice. For a man they called Jethic, old friend of the family. Hopefully he can help you. Alright, thanks, I will. Whoa. Bunch of people afflicted by the plague, right? Okay. Standing a few paces to the east. Jethic, there he is. Don't got any newcomers around here. How come? The plague, of course. Not many people want to come to a place like this. Even our own king has abandoned us. King Tyrus of West Ardoyan is the brother of King Lothus, the ruler of East Ardoyan. He's always been a bit of an explorer. He's led multiple expeditions into the uncharted lands to the west. He's left on another expedition to the west. He hasn't been seen since. He left the city order Bravik in charge, but he's no better. Brings you to West Ardoyan. I'm looking for a woman from East Ardoyan called Elena. East Ardoyanian women are easier to find in East Ardoyan. What does she look like? Brown hair, in her 20s. See a picture. Okay, there's a picture in the house that I didn't grab, so I'm gonna have it real quick. Do you have a picture, Elena? Should be a picture in the house. Climb mud pile. Perfect. That's cool. I'm gonna just permanently have a way to get over there now. Take picture. I like the look of that picture. Like, it still kind of looks like a RuneScape character. I'm looking for a woman from East Ardoyan. She came here to help the plague victims. I think she's staying over with the Renaissance family. Live in the small timbered building at the far north side of town. Not seen her around here in a while. Don't suppose you can run me a little errand while you're over there? Borrowed a book from them. Yeah, I'll return it for you, no problem. Okay. So far, this one's actually quite sight readable, except for needing the rope, right? Must be the timbered building. Oh shit, sorry. Didn't mean to hit you. Wasn't on purpose. Just wildly clicking. Go away, we don't want any. I'm a friend of Jethic, so come to return a book you borrowed. Tad Renison. Here, a woman called Elena is staying here. She was staying here, but over a week ago she's getting ready to go back. Daughter Millie was playing near the west wall when she saw some shadowy figures jump out and grab her. Millie's upstairs. Jeez. They got rats everywhere. Parents say you saw what happened to Elena. Shoved a sack over her head and dragged her into a building. Boarded up building with no windows in the southeast corner of West Ardoyan. Okay. General store, I think. It's either due south or all the way southwest. I'll try due south first. Whoops. I don't think this is the right house. Let's try the other one. No, I don't think this one's it either. Does this guy have anything special for trade while I'm here? Lava runes. Ooh, really specific inventory. These must be things that other players sold to them? Question mark? Huh. Wonder how long they hold on to this stuff. It's interesting. Because I was kind of under the impression that if you sold something to a vendor that they would only like hold those items very temporarily. Okay, that's not the house. Let me see if I can find it. Guide says it's got a big black X on it, and it's south of the town square, which I think is where the hanging noose is. Now there it is, big black X. Oh, I guess they all have big black X's, don't they? Door won't open. You notice a black cross on the door. Black cross means that the house isn't touched by the plague. I think a kidnap victim's in there. Even kidnappers wouldn't go in there. Even if someone is in there, they're probably dead by now. Want to check anyway. I don't have clearance to go in there. How do I get a clearance? Apply to the head mourner. Bravik, the city warder. Bravik is north of the city square. Okay. Clerk. There he is. He's got a cape, so you know he's important. Go away, I'm busy. I'm in a meeting. I need permission to enter a plague house. Rather you than me. Headquarters are right near the city gates. Surely you don't let them run everything for you. This is urgent, though. Someone's been kidnapped. See what I can do. Mr. Bravik, there's a lady here who really needs to speak to you. Yo. My head hurts. This is really important, though. A bit heavy on the drink last night. Curse my herbalist. She made the best hangover cures. You know what's in the cure? Thinking isn't clever. She scribbled it down for me. Okay, I'm guessing this is why I brought the random other items. Bucket of milk, Grind some chocolate with a pestle and mortar. I like how they did to make it look like someone wrote it, right? Add the ground chocolate to the milk. Some snape grass. Mix the chocolate into the bucket. Mix the snape grass into the bucket. Hangover cure. Nice. I wonder if that's going to come up later in a different quest. Try this. Gulps down the foul-looking liquid. Need to rescue a kidnapped victim called Elena. She's being held in a plague house. I need permission to enter. It won't listen to me. Say I'm not properly equipped to go into the house, even though I have a very effective gas mask. Give you a warrant to enter the house. Hey! Warrant type. So I think finishing this quest lets me teleport to Ardoyan, which is great. I also want to teleport to Yanil, but I need to do a quest that has more prerequisites, so I don't think we can do that one today or in the near future. I have a warrant from Bravik. This is highly irregular. Got someone with a warrant from Bravik. What should we do? Wait until the warden's back is turned and sneak into the building. Nice. Walk down spooky stairs. Door is locked. Talk to Elena. 1 sec, I just lost power to my monitor for some reason. Let me mute. I think my cats are sitting on the power. That is exactly what happened. My cat was sitting on top of the power brick and powered off my main monitor. Alright. Talk to Elena. Let's try to anyway. Okay, so I need to find a key to open this door. I can't talk to her through it like we could with Priest and Barrel. Barrel? Find a small key in the barrel. There we go. Elena, you're free to go. Your kidnappers don't seem to be here right now. Thank you. Being kidnapped is so inconvenient. I was on my way back to East Ardoyan with some samples. I want to see if I can diagnose a cure for this plague. Go and see my father. I better leave while I still can. Ooh, I thought they were going to warp me. Okay. That's fine too. Why would she have been kidnapped? So many mysteries. I'm down through the manhole. Edmund, my man. Thank you. Elena beat you back by minutes. What can I give you as a reward? Take this magic scroll. I have little use for it, but it may help you. 1 quest point, 2425 mining XP. Oh, because I had to like dig the little tunnel? That's great. Cool. Go and see Elena. She'll want to thank you yourself. She lives in the house opposite ours. Mining 37. Very cool. She's one more house down. I'm like, where is she? Talk to Elena. May as well start the next quest, right? Good day to you, Elena. Thanks for freeing me. It's a shame the mourners confiscated my equipment. What did they take? My distillator. I can't test any plague samples without it. They're holding it in the mourner headquarters in West Ardoyan. I must somehow retrieve that distillator if I'm to find a cure for this awful affliction. Do you think you could help me? Yes. We would say that. Fortunately, I discovered the tunnel and filled it in. We need another way over the wall. Father's friend Jericho is in communication with West Ardoyan. You may be able to help us. He lives in a house southeast of here, north of the chapel. Alright. Let's use the scroll first of all. Read. You memorize what's written in the scroll. You can now use the Ardoyan teleport spell. Fantastic. Water runes. Okay. That's extremely exciting. It's gonna save me, minutes and minutes and minutes of walking time. I think Ardoyan's closer to the Tree Gnome stronghold. Oh, it totally is. Yeah, so if I need to do frog farming, I don't need to make quite as long of a trek. Very cool. But you probably need to do swamp toad farming soonish. How long is Biohazard? I could just keep going with this quest chain. How south of the northern bank in Ardoyan, just north of the chapel. It's gotta be over here, right? This house? What's the log shortcut? Talk to Jericho. Hello, Jericho. I've been expecting you. Elena tells me you need to cross the wall. Messenger pigeons help you communicate with friends over the wall. Arrange for 2 of them to aid you with a rope ladder. Mourners catch you, the punishment will be severe. Okay. My gas mask back on. Oh, I was just checking, like, what items do I need for this? Should I stop by the bank? And I guess Jericho has some stuff I need to grab, so... Talk to him real quick. Looks like it's in his house, maybe, actually. Pigeon cage and bird feed. Cupboard is full of bird feed. What could I do with that? If you're planning on doing one small favor, grab 4 extra pigeon cages. Okay. Just deposit those for later, right? We'll stop at a bank later. Just southwest of the castle is where we're headed to next, which is down here. Omart. Jericho said you might be able to help me. Rope ladder and my associates waiting on the other side. Good stuff. Can't rescue with the watchtower so close. We need to distract the guards in the tower. How? One of Jericho's pigeons might help us out. Chuck some bird feed at the tower and then release some pigeons nearby. Okay. Where's the tower? Oh, this tower here. East and West Berlin. Mourners don't seem to notice. Mourners frantically try to scare them away. Cool. Look, a distraction. Let's do it. Over the ladder. Welcome to West Erdolian. I'm Killerin. Let me know if you need to go back over the wall. In order to find the Mourner headquarters, northeastern building in the city. Back away, citizen. Only mourners are allowed inside the headquarters. There's another way in. Slip through the fence. Cool. Because we'd already done that to get the dwell berries for the first mission. Something about taking a rotten apple. Use it on the stew that's brewing in the cauldron. Otherwise you'll eat it. Okay. Place a rotten apple in the pot. It quickly dissolves into the stew. Anyone who eats the stew is going to have a bad time now. Okay. That's the kind of thing that I wouldn't think to try, right? Several mourners are ill with food poisoning. Is there a doctor nearby? Maybe I can fetch them. The nurse southeast of the chapel. Okay. Where is the chapel at? Probably the one with the altar. There she is, Nurse Sarah. What's up? Hello, nurse. Hello, nurse. I don't know how much longer I can cope here. Is the plague getting to you? People here don't seem to be affected. It's just the awful living conditions making people ill. Under the impression that everyone here was affected. Doesn't seem to be the case. Interesting. She won't come with me? Oh, I can take some stuff from her. Okay. That makes sense. Medical gown. Oh, clever. Doctor, I didn't think there were any left around here. Heard there was some trouble with food poisoning. You heard right. Head on in and see what you can do. Looking for stuff, right? Down on the trapdoor, maybe? Trapdoor's bolted on the other side. Hello there. Feel terrible. I think it was the stew. Resting upstairs. Okay. Search sacks. Need a super sick one. Oh. Is this bad? Hold on. Go upstairs and kill the mourner. Hey! Can do. Didn't bring combat gear, but I think we'll be fine. They died somehow. Mourner drops a key as he dies. Use the key to open the gate. Search the crates. Find Elena's distillator. Make sure there's nothing else I need in here. Okay. I guess I can go back to the sewers after that. Interesting. Okay. Yo, Elena, I got your thing. What's up? I did. Here it is. Now I can really run these tests. Touch paper hasn't changed color at all. What does that mean?
My old mentor in Varrock, Guidor, might know, though. You take these to him and see what he thinks? I need to drop by the chemist in Remington first to pick up some more touch paper. Okay. Last time I went to see Guidor, someone told the guards I was carrying plague samples. That means they've started searching everyone going in that part of the city. Guards won't be smart enough to recognize the sample itself. You should be able to get in that in just fine. They'll probably confiscate the rest, though. What should I do? The chemist has been managing to get chemicals to Guidor. Maybe he can help you smuggle things in. Cool. Okay. So what are my next steps? They used to break upon teleporting. Wow. Okay, so I need to grab runes. I think that there's a bank not far from here. Yeah, across the river. I'll pop in the bank, grab the runes I need for my new Ardoyan teleport. I can get back here so easily now. And for teleporting to Remington. Junk folder. Teleport to house. Go to the chemist in the southwest corner of Remington. This guy's house, probably. Yo, chemist, what's up? Your quest. Sent by Elena from Ardoyan. Oh, that's different then. Must be pretty important for her to send you all this way. Asked me to pick up some touch paper for a guy called Guidor. Should warn you though, getting to him might not be easy if you're carrying chemicals. The guards are searching anyone heading to that part of Varrock. You're gonna be okay carrying these vials. With touch paper as well, you're asking for trouble. Better use my errand boys outside. Give them a vial each. I must warn you though, they do have a habit of stealing things. How do I stop them stealing my vials? Give them something they have no reason to steal. One's a painter, one's a gambler, and one's a drunk. Not ideal, I know, but if you pay peanuts, you'll get monkeys, right? Okay. It's an interesting quest requirement. Okay, hold on. Chansey the gambler, Da Vinci the artist, and Hops the drinker are located right outside the chemist's house crowding around a fire. Talk to each of them to give them their respective vials. Make sure to give each bottle to the right person, or you'll have to navigate to the Dancing Donkey Inn in Varrock, acquire more chemicals from Elena, and return to Remington to repeat the step over. Oh. Gambler. Alcohol. Hops because he likes alcohol. Chansey because he's a gambler. Da Vinci because he's a painter. So you have to give them specific things. A liquid honey goes to Chansey because he can't wager it in a gamble because of its low value. Hold on. To examine, give you clues here. This isn't worth much. It's highly poisonous. Colorless liquid. That's... okay. I get it, but that's crazy. Athenia has to go to Da Vinci. Here, you're an errand boy for the chemist. I don't have to find my identity in such black and white terms. Good for you. Vial of Athenia. Meet you at the Dancing Donkey. Hops gets the poison. He would drink the honey. Sounds like thirsty work. Hops gets the sulfuric broline. Chansey gets the liquid honey. Southeast Varrock. Okay. Still have money on me. Looks like I need to buy a set of gear here. So that's Thessalia's fine clothes. Southwest of me, I think. Priest gown. But I'll keep my gas mask on. I'm sure that won't be suspicious to anyone. Draw the plague sample. Touch paper from the Varrock East Bank. Head to the fenced-in enclosure in southeast Varrock. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to come in here. Actually not sure which fenced-in enclosure they're talking about. This guard, maybe? That must be right. I feel like I've walked through here and gotten searched without thinking anything of it. That's kind of cool. Need to conduct a search on you. There have been reports of someone bringing a virus into this area. What's this guy's head? The guard searches you. You may now pass. He's fine with the plague sample itself. Okay. Go to the Dancing Donkey Inn, which is the pub, probably. Da Vinci. Your journey was as pleasant as mine. It's always sunny in Galenor. Thanks, you've been a big help. How was your journey? Pretty thirst-inducing. You haven't drunk the contents. What do you take me for? Here's your vial. Thanks for doing that. Next time, give me something more valuable. I couldn't get anything for this on the black market. That was the idea. Okay. Do not pass back through the gate or your vials will be confiscated. Head to Gidor's house in the southeast corner of the gated area. There he is. Yo! Understand you're unwell. My wife asking priests to visit me now? I'm a man of science, for God's sakes. She made out it was something more serious. What do you want? Wonder how you know that you need the priest outfit. Come to ask your assistance in stopping a plague. You mean the plague of West Ardoyan? I have a sample here from your former student, Elena. I want you to analyze it. You might be the only one who can help. I have the plague sample. Athenia. Apply these to the sample then? I don't get it. The touch papers remain the same. That's why Elena wanted you to do it, because she wasn't sure what was happening. Is there no plague? It certainly isn't toxic. So what about the plague? There is no plague. Someone's been lying about it. The only question is why. I'll go and tell Elena right away. That is a little worrying. Back to Ardoyan with a teleport. Oh, that's so awesome. It's super worth it. I'm so happy. Okay. Back to Elena. Cross the log shortcut. I completed a medium task. It's probably cast teleport to get here. Cool. Yo, Elena. What did readers say? Nothing. What? Marinus tests and discovered nothing. The plague doesn't exist. About to cover something huge. The king must be confronted. King Lothus of East Ardoyan. He was the one that had the wall built. He was the one who called the mourners in. He must know what's really going on here. Find him in the castle. Okay. Yeah, cross the log again, I think. Assume he's upstairs. Let's see a throne room here. Black scimitar. No, I want that. Pick lock on the door. 61 thieving. It's got a high alchemy too. Let's go talk to the king. Don't pick lock of the paladin. Bad idea. Talk to King Lothus. Assume you are King Lothus. You assume correctly. Where do you get such impertinence? Get it from finding out the plague is a hoax. A hoax? I have evidence from Guido Riverok. You are right about the plague. I did it for the good of my people. When is it ever good to lie to people like that? When it protects them from a far greater danger. I don't understand. When my father was king, he ruled over a united Ardoyan, but on his deathbed, he could not decide which of his sons should succeed him, so he had the city split into two. I became king of East Ardoyan while my brother Tyrus ruled over West. My brother was a good man and was great at many things. Being a king was not one of them. Rather than looking after his people, he went on numerous expeditions to the lands west of here. On one of these expeditions, he was captured by the forces of the Dark Lord. The Dark Lord agreed to spare his life, but only on one condition. That he would drink from the chalice of eternity. Holy crap. This is not about a plague. Chalice corrupted him. He joined forces with the Dark Lord, the embodiment of pure evil. So I erected the wall, not just to protect my people, but to protect all the people of Galenor. Tyrus is a king of West Ardoyan. Sealing off the city was the only way to stop him and the Dark Lord. I knew people would never believe the truth, so I had the plague made up as an excuse. Cordon. Brother's still at large. I must ask that you keep this secret. We can't bring the wall down until we know he's no longer in danger. How do we stop him?
Brother is currently gathering strength in the lands to the west. If we're to stop him, we must find a way through the mountains. There's an underground passage that leads through it, but it's full of danger. Turn to me when you're ready to face this peril. Giving me permission to use my training area. Look into that. Also let the mourners know that your friend Ardoyan will be allowed to pass through the gates. Hey, that's cool. Full access to West Ardoyan, access to the combat training camp. I'll look up and see what that is. 1250 thieving XP because of smuggling. I like it. Anything else? Why don't I get started right away? I'll just start the next quest. Appreciate your enthusiasm, adventurer, but are you sure you're ready for this? 60 combat. Yikes. Okay. Before I can get, I'm at 56. So if I cranked up magic or defense, I think I'd get closer. And hit points. Alright, what is the combat training camp? Level 63 caged ogres can be used for training ranged and melee with a halberd. Huh. It's kind of cool. They let you do that to finish getting to 60. Trying to see if there's a halberd I can get my hands on. Nope, not with these difficult of enemies. Mithril, maybe? No, I gotta keep doing quests, looks like. Alright, so new soft goal. I do want to finish this quest series, and that's getting to 60 combat, which is probably going to involve me mostly focusing leveling defense. So if I understand the combat calculation, it's using like your best attack stat, which I'm not going to pass Magic 61, and then combining it with defense and hit points and prayer is probably the big one that I can make some advances in. I did save a bunch of those big bones, so I might Google training prayer, like which altars I should bring them to. I don't know how much extra XP I could get from that. We've got about 8 minutes left, so I'll go ahead and see if I can hit Herblore, what was it, 26? By doing some more serum runs. And at some point I want to unlock Bird Rot so we can just get a bank back there and I don't have to make such a long run. So I'm going to warp, let's see here, quest related gear items. Warp to Varrock, deposit my crap, get my serums together, and get moving. So we'll be back in a bit. I think grinding out the temple minigame for Serum 208 isn't really worth it, since you can get Serum 207 and you're already getting pretty close to a full refund on the Terramins, so I think if you do Serum 208, you can get up to like 4 or 5 Terramin, but it looks like you get 3 for the 207. Significantly less effort. I don't regret doing it earlier, because when we did it, use my words here. When we did it, it got our crafting up a full level, so either that or craft a bunch of crap, right? I'll fall back on this as a Herblore training method, since I think it's almost infinitely sustainable if very slow. If we're getting close to a level up and need one. This is interesting. The wiki for the next quest that I need 60 combat to start doesn't mention that you need 60 combat. I'm guessing very few people have gotten that error message. They already have their necessary combat when they get to that point. Dang, maybe I should do the minigame. It could just be bad luck, but I only got 2 Terramins so far from 4 vials. Yeah, that was a trash run. Maybe we gotta do the quests. I'll try one more run with the regular vials. I really want to get a high enough level so those shades leave me alone. It's super annoying. There's so many of them too. Get some ash over here. Be great. Thanks, dude. Farming fire making. I appreciate it. Alright, so we're about at time for this episode, but I'm going to go ahead and finish getting 26 Herblore and then doing everything I can with 26 Herblore. So,
It'll be just a moment here. Bronze red key. Put that in the key tab. Bring some more 207s this time, I guess. 8 maybe? Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta heal too. Shit didn't go well. I'll bring 1 trout too. I'm sure I'll end up using it. Getting my ass kicked over here. Jeez. Okay. We might be okay. I think we're okay. Go ahead and clean Niteramin, grab some water. Hopefully that's enough to get us to 26. Let me grab more of these ashes too. Thank you, person training fire making. I probably wouldn't mind buying ashes from the Grand Exchange since they're trivial to get. Just you have to burn a bunch of logs and then stop to pick them all up. I'm guessing they sell for like nothing too. I might just barely hit 26, or I might just barely be short of 26. I'm nervous it's going to be the latter. Nice. Herblore 26. Probably won't do the serum thing for a while. Deposit all this crap. Let's do some Herlander. Alright, it's Herlander plus chocolate dust. I gotta do the water first, though. Let's see how many levels that gets us. Probably like 1 at this point, right? Alright, chocolate dust. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're in the slow stage, even with a brand new potion. I don't know if we'll get 1 level from this, let's see. They sell okay, 303 each. It's okay. Yeah, no, we're not going to get 27. That's alright, we've got something we can make with, with Herlander now, so cool. Alright, folks, that's it for episode 15. Hope that was enjoyable. On the next episode, I can't do the rest of the quest to get halberds because of insufficient combat level, but the guide for it and the prerequisite says we really need to have 43 prayer to get these prayers, I assume. Yeah, protect from melee, missiles, and magic. So I think between the end of this episode and the start of next episode, I'm going to try to look up what I can do to really focus train prayer. I think it's going to involve not just burying bones that we find, but maybe banking some bones and then bringing them to an altar somewhere. So I need to figure out like what the best altar to use is, if it's safe, that sort of a thing. Maybe we'll work on prayer a bit next episode and then continue that quest chain. Other quest chains that are on the horizon, I do still want to finish the one that required 17 farming. That unlocks one that requires 25 farming, which is supposed to upgrade this guy here, the Ring of Karos. Was mentioned in the walkthrough for Creature of Fenkenstrain. Once this thing is upgraded, lots of NPCs are friendlier to us, and like there's little special things we can do in quests. We get extra Easter egg dialogue options, and there are a couple tasks in the game that get discounts or become free if you get that thing upgraded. So I do want to do both these 17 and 25 farming quests once we get a chance. Well, see you next time. Bye-bye.